Guys, so today we're going to talk about something I haven't talked much about on this channel. We're going to be talking about food. Specifically dog food, but any food really, like any animal. I mean, everything counts for, food is, really food is food, but you kind of have to pick and choose what you feed your animal. No matter if it's from a bird to a horse or a cow, from a friggin' fish, anything really. You have to pick what you feed them. And with dogs, really look at the ingredients and do your research before you go and pick a brand of food. Like, I definitely would not recommend picking dog chow. Like, it literally is dog chow. It's a green bag, and it says dog chow on it in white. Don't get that unless you're in a time crunch. And you don't have enough time to go to the store. Like, that's who we used for Sadie whenever we first got her. We had got dog chow. Because it's what we could get to at the time. It made her fart, and it was bad. And obviously, if your dog is farting because of their food, it's not really good for them. So, dog chow, not recommended unless you're in a very, unless you're in a time crunch and that's all you can get to, get it. Because it's food, and it will get your dog through however long you have until you can go get your real dog, your good dog food. We used Victor Pro, we used Diamond, we've used, I can't remember what we had for our old dog. I know we had this thing, it was like in a bag, a plastic bag, and it was like really soft. I can't remember what it was called. But that was pretty good for her. She was really old, so she had like soft food that was good. Also, proportion. Don't underfeed or overfeed your dog. I've got two examples in my neighborhood right now. The first one is we have a neighbor who really, really, really underfeeds her dog. I mean, like, she still feeds her food, but, like, not enough. You know, she has a black lab named Millie. Super sweet people, super sweet dog. She's not meaning anything by it, but she literally gives her dog a half a cup a day. A half a cup a day. That is way too, that's not enough. Now, I can understand if it were a chihuahua, or something little. But a lab, maybe you should rethink your proportion there. Not saying anything bad about her. She's super sweet. She's actually a pediatrician, but, I mean, everybody over there is on a diet. So, I don't see why. But their dog only gets half a cup a day and really underfed. She doesn't really look skinny, but she looks, she doesn't look super skinny, but she looks too skinny to, I don't really know how to explain it, but she's really underfed. And then we have our neighbor who actually got one of our puppies who does this with her. She's free-fed. Free-fed means you give them a bunch of food in a bowl for them to just go and get whenever they're hungry. You can do that with cats. That's fine with cats. But with dogs, they will eat as much as they want. They don't stop. They will keep eating. They don't eat until they're full. They eat until the food's gone. And she is free-fed, so she is super fat. Her name is Mia. She is super fat, but, like, whenever I say fat, like, coffee table. Walking coffee table. but I mean, she is really overfed. And they said that they're going to cut down on her food, so they started feeding her in the morning and at night, like, I don't know how many cups they put in the bowl. I think they just fill it up, but you're supposed to I give our dogs 4 cups a day. Because we usually give them 2 in the morning and 2 at night, but we haven't had time to give them in the morning, so we just give them their 4 at night. And we had tried giving them just 2, but they started thinning out too much. Like, they're already super, like, fit dogs, and they started getting thin. So that's when we bumped up 2 cups, so we gave them their 4 a day. Also, another thing, there is 2 types of food that you can get. There's the chow, and then there's kibble. The kibble is the small food, not like puppy food, but like it's smaller. It could be for puppies, older puppies, or grown dogs. It's multi-purpose, basically. We used to give that to our dogs. That's what we used to have. That's what we used to buy Diamond. That was Diamond and Victor Pro. That was both kibble. They were great, but you have to feed more of it to them because it's smaller. The kibble is smaller. The chow is bigger, and you get to feed less of it. But depending on the nutrition, like our dogs with when we give them chow. They used to have kibble, but we give them chow now. The chow we had to give them more of because it wasn't as nutritious as the kibble was because we had, actually we gave them more. If the chow wasn't as nutritious as the kibble was that we'd bought, we would be able to give the dogs 2 cups of their chow, but we can't because it's not as nutritious, so we have to give them their 4 cups. We had to give them 4 cups. So really think about whenever you buy your food, are you going to get a chow, a kibble, what brand? Research the ingredients that goes into the brand, and figure out what's best for your dog, or cat, or whatever you want to call it. Whatever animal you've got that you're watching this video for. But, portion is something that you need to look on the bag for. Usually it'll tell you on the bag. And if not, then ask your vet. Your vet will know. Yeah. Food is really something that is very important whenever it comes to animals. I haven't talked too much about food on this channel. So that's what we talked about. For that reason, but our kibble the kibble and chow, it's just not much of a difference. The fact that the chow is bigger, the kibble is smaller, and you can get more. You can get a bigger bag of chow than you can kibble. Like you could get more chow than you can buy kibble. Which is kind of a good thing, especially for people that have a lot of dogs or more than one dog, like we do. We used to have 12 dogs, and that was like we were going through a bag a week. But now that we switched to the chow, we get bigger bags of it, and it takes less time to go through that bag. It takes more time to go through the bag. Sorry, but yeah. Really think about what you're buying whenever you go and buy your pet's food. Bye, guys.